Long ago, in a small village, there lived a poor farmer named Ramu. He toiled hard in his fields, but the land was dry and his crops often failed.
Another dry day. Will I ever find any good soil here?
As Ramu was about to give up, his shovel hit something hard.
What's this? An old pot. I wonder why it's buried so deep. Could it be valuable?
With a glimmer of hope, Ramu picked up the pot and took it home, not knowing the magic it held. Ramu placed the old pot in the corner of his kitchen. It looked just like any other pot, but that night, something extraordinary happened.
I only had one apple. How did there suddenly become two?
Ramu stared into the pot in disbelief. He had placed only one apple inside, but now there were two. What could this mean?
This can't be real. How is this happening?
To test it again, Ramu's wife poured a small handful of rice into the pot, and before their very eyes, the rice doubled.
It's true. This is a magic pot. We can use it to double our food and live comfortably.
We'll never go hungry again.
As days passed, Ramu and his wife used the magic pot to double everything: food, money, even clothes. Soon, they became the richest people in the village. Ramu no longer wore his old, torn clothes. Instead, he dressed in fine silks, and their home was filled with wealth.
Look at us now. We're the wealthiest in the village, all thanks to the magic pot.
We should be grateful, Ramu, but remember we must use it wisely.
The villagers were astonished by Ramu's sudden wealth. Some came to him with questions, curious about his newfound fortune.
Ramu, how did you become so rich overnight?
Let's just say I have a special way of multiplying my fortune.
But as time went on, Ramu's joy turned into greed. He started using the pot not just for his needs. Ramu's greed grew larger each day. One evening, he looked at the magic pot and thought to himself,
If the pot can double anything, what if I jumped inside myself? Will there be two of me, twice the work, twice the riches?
Ramu, that's madness. The pot was meant to help us, not to play with dangerous magic.
But blinded by greed, Ramu didn't listen. The next morning, he stood over the pot, ready to jump in.
This will make me the richest man in the world.
But as soon as Ramu leaped inside the pot, something strange happened. Instead of two Ramus appearing, the pot remained silent. There was no sign of Ramu.
Ramu, what have you done? Where are you?
The magic pot had swallowed Ramu whole, and he was never seen again. In his greed, he had forgotten the simple truth that the pot's magic was meant for sharing, not selfishness. Ramu's wife, now alone, understood the lesson of the magic pot. She returned to her simple life, using the pot only when needed and sharing its gifts with the village. And so, the magic pot continued to help the village. But Ramu's story became a reminder to all. Greed can swallow us whole, but generosity brings true happiness.